In this video, we're going to talk about how do we graph inequalities. First, let's review what our inequality symbols are. We read our inequalities left to right, so we can have greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. And when we graph our inequalities, greater than and less than, we're going to represent with an open circle. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, we're going to represent with a closed circle. So let's do a couple examples. Let's start with 12 is greater than or equal to x. So we want to graph this on a number line. I'll put 12 in the middle. Our larger values are to the right, smaller values are to the left. Now 12 is greater than or equal to, so we're here, so we want to use a closed circle at 12 because we're including 12 in our solution set. And if 12 is greater than or equal to x, well, our greater values are to the right, so this is 13, 14, 15, lesser values to the left, 11, 10, 9. If 12 is greater than or equal to x, then x has to be less than 12. Right? Another way we could write this is x is less than or equal to 12. So the mouth of the inequality is still open to the 12. So we're going to shade our values to the left. And this is our graph for 12 is greater than or equal to x, or x is less than or equal to 12. All right, what about number 2? We can do y is greater than negative 10. So we've got our number line, put negative 10 in the middle. Now we just have greater than, so we want an open circle because we're not including the negative 10 in our solution. Larger values are to the right, smaller values are to the left. So we've got like negative 9, negative 8, and then negative 11, negative 12. So if y is greater than negative 10, we want to move towards our larger values. So we're going to shade to the right. So if the mouth of our inequality is open to the variable, we're shading to the right towards our larger numbers. If the mouth of the inequality is not open towards the variable, all right, if our variable is less than, we're going to shade to the left and get our smaller values. All right, let's do a couple more examples. For number 3, let's do negative 2 is greater than z. So we want to start with negative 2. In the middle, we just have greater than, so we're going to have an open circle. Larger values to the right, smaller values to the left. So this is like negative 1, 0, negative 3, negative 4. And if negative 2 is greater than z, remember another way we can write this then is going to be z is less than negative 2. Our variable is less than our number, so we're going to be shading to the left. And for number 4, let's do y is greater than or equal to 1. We'll have the 1 in the middle. Now we want a closed circle because we've got greater than or equal to. We're going to include the 1 in our solution set. Larger values to the right, smaller values to the left. So we've got like 2 and 3 here. We've got 0, negative 1. If y is greater than or equal to 1, we want to shade towards our larger values. So we're going to go to the right. And this is our graph for y is greater than or equal to 1. All right, let's do some examples where we're given our graph and we have to write the corresponding inequality. So we have 3 graphs here. Let's write our inequality for them, starting with number 5. So we've got 7, and we've got an open circle, so we just have greater than or less. Let's figure out what we have. We've got x here, so we're shading to the right. So our value for x is going to be greater than 7, or we can write this as 7 is less than x. Just the mouth of our inequality needs to be open towards that x. For number 6, we've got a closed circle at negative 3, and we're shading to the left. So the value of our variable x is less than is going to be smaller than our number. So we can have x is less than or equal to negative 3. Since we have a closed circle, we want to have less than or equal to. We could also write this as negative 3 is greater than or equal to x. And number 7, we've got an open circle at 9. And x is being shaded, our values, our inequality is shaded to the left. So it's towards our lower values, our smaller values. So we can have x is less than 9, or we can write this as 9 is greater than x. So two different ways we can write these inequalities. All right, so this video was on how to graph inequalities and how to write inequalities given graphs. I hope this video helped you guys understand this concept a little bit more. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is Nick from First Coast Math Clinic.